I'm Jennifer Pickens, and this is my story. I love my job. I have my third grade group, and my job is basically to prepare them for life. I get to teach them using all the tools that they need to be successful with. So initially, I went to numerous doctors because of symptoms I was having, and every doctor had a different diagnosis. They thought it had to do with my nerves or my spine. It wasn't until I saw my family physician at Baylor that I was able to correctly get diagnosed with sarcoma. It was a tumor that formed in the fatty layer of my muscle in my thigh. Initially, when I was able to tell there was a tumor, it was the size of a jelly bean. In about a couple weeks period, it grew to where you could see it in my thigh. Eventually, when I had my final MRI to determine what it was 12 centimeters. It was the size of a softball. I was told I was not allowed to teach that year, and I'd have to give up my classroom. Chemotherapy took about 6 months. Then I followed up with 25 rounds of radiation. Surgery was 4 weeks later, and then I was bedridden for about a month after surgery, and then physical therapy and lymphedema therapy after that. After chemo, I would become neutropenic, where I had no white blood cells, so I couldn't fight off any infection. I would end up back at Baylor for about a week to be taken care of by awesome staff, nurses, oncologists there as well. They're the best nurses that anyone could ask for. You know, you're in this crummy situation, and then these people come in and they bring you joy and they make you feel better while you're feeling at your worst. I had one nurse in particular that every morning he'd come in and he'd wake me up with "Good morning, beautiful," or "Good morning, princess." I had no hair, I could barely talk, I felt really crummy, and he would light up the room. You know, he made me feel like I was the most important thing there. Now things are almost back to normal. They're going really good. I have my classroom again, which is awesome. I get to do what I love doing. I only have to go once every 3 months for checkups. I am officially 11 months cancer-free right now. I go for my 1-year checkup at the end of this month, and it's great. I get to volunteer and co-facilitate one of the cancer support groups alongside the nurse navigator at Baylor. I'm also a volunteer on the Patient Family Advisory Board, and I love the fact that I went through it and I can now help others. I'm Jennifer Pickens, and that's my story.
Baylor Scott and White Health, changing cancer care for life.